Hello? Are we working? Hello? All right, I guess we'll take 3 on the live chat here. So bad. This is why I never did live because I never thought it was going to work. Oh, YouTube. Well, welcome back. We got 3 people back. Less than ideal. Apparently, when I got up from the table, it jiggled the wire in my mic, and YouTube is incapable of remembering which mic it was using. So it just was like, oh, no mic anymore? Got it. Technology, you guys. Hats off to Yogi Steve for doing live streams all the time and never having difficulties like this. But I guess growing pains, learning curve, call it what you will. But I'm learning. Tell me which battery to get for the 10 plus. I'm confused. The biggest one, the 28 amp hour one. What's there to be confused about? 60 volt, 28 amp hour. It's not my phone, you guys. It's my laptop with a Yeti mic plugged into it. So I have no idea why it stopped working. Told you when you got up. Yeah, I think it was when I got up. I must have jiggled the table or something. I'm just gonna keep my hands off the table now. Am I loud enough or too quiet? I can turn the volume up, I think. But you're doing fine. Hey, thanks, Joshua. This has been nerve-wracking for me today. It's a really nice day outside, but I opted to do the live stream instead of publishing a video. Oh, I'm touching things again. Hands behind your back, Ginger. Anyways. Some guy says no sound. Does anyone else have sound? Electron Sean can't hear me. Derek says they can't hear me. Uh-oh. Lindsay? Is that Okay, I think I have audio. Oh, sound is good. Okay, good. We're doing something right. Where can I get customized handlebars for my scooter? The slanted type. Bars are amazingly stable. Depends on your scooter. What kind of scooter do you have? Yes, sound is great. We got sound. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for confirming. Clear picture and sound. So in regards to the handlebar question, you can see I've got some custom red handlebars on my Varla back there. Those are just mountain bike handlebars. You can buy those on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Otherwise, you're going to have to buy specific handlebars for your scooter. But the Vset 10 Plus and the Varla Eagle 1 Pro have mountain bike sized, I think it's 27.8 millimeter mounts for bars. So you can buy your own bars and pop them on there. Wolf X Pro and Vset, both with 28 amp hour battery, but the Vset's more expensive. Why is that? Because it's a better scooter. It's got more features. It has NFC keys, better suspension. It's newer. I think it's lighter too, but it's just a different style, different design of scooter. Would you get a Vset 10 Plus or a Wolf X? 10 Plus all day. 10 Plus is my favorite scooter. If you're shorter, if you're like maybe 5'7" or shorter, I would look for the Wolf X. I think that's got, shorter deck to bar height. But for anyone above 5'7", maybe 5'8", the bars on the Vset are nice and big and wide and tall and extra super sturdy. Folding mechanism is a breeze to use. If you're 6'2", yeah, I'm 6'2" as well. I love the Vset. If I didn't have any of these scooters and I was sitting around with $3,000 burning a hole in my pocket, I wouldn't buy anything else except the Vset 10 Plus, 28 amp hour. I'd probably buy front suspension and handlebar upgrade for it, and that's it. Just ride a long time. Maybe some headlights. It doesn't have very good lights, but nothing does. So, 10 Plus stem lock is legit. Yeah, I agree. It's got like a triple redundancy system, and it takes like 10 seconds to lock and unlock. Versus the Kaabo, I need actual tools to take that apart. It's a huge pain. Good job on your first live stream. What are the laws regarding riding e-scooters in the Seattle East Side? Do you carry insurance? So I actually have a video of this on the channel from, I think it's last summer or the summer before. I saw a cop parked in a parking lot and I rode up to him on my scooter and I just was like, is this legal? So he got out of the car and I was filming him and he explained to me exactly all about scooter legality. It's legal here, totally, as long as you're following rules of bikes. And if you're going too fast to be in the bike lane, pop over into the car lane, but not allowed to go on freeways or highways. Just be courteous, respectful, follow rules of the road, and you'll get along fine here. Good day, champ. Hope you're doing good. Still rocking my Mantis. Very nice. 5'11", Wolf Warrior X feels perfect. There you go. There's some anecdotal evidence right there. Alien Rides will wire an external battery if you get the Vset 10 Plus. They will for extra money. I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to find yourself in a situation where you need more than 28 amp hours. You can go pretty much full throttle at like 25 or 30 miles for that. Or you could probably go 25 miles or 20 miles an hour and get like 50 miles of range. Charges fast too. You can charge it at 10 amps. Considering veteran, but there's a master and eventually the V13. Yeah, me too. Me too. I have the veteran Sherman Max back there, as you guys can see. But I want all the unicycles. I'm not a good guy to ask. I'll just tell you to buy them all. I got a $1,300 fine for riding my scooter on the shoulder. Totally illegal. Oh yeah, you're in Australia, man. Australia and the UK, no go. Don't buy a scooter. You have to ride them on private property or else you're breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. That sucks though. $1,300. Yee. I would have just said like, here, have my scooter. I'll buy a new one. Yeah, sound is back. Phenom Vapes, $50, really, dude? That was amazing. For those of you who weren't here for the last live stream, this guy donated $50 to the chat. It's like as much as I make in a week on YouTube revenue. Regards from Dublin. Where is the 011X on your list from all your scooters? What you was ride? 11X I tested and gave back to Rev Rides, but on my list of scooters, it's definitely near the top. It's a solid, very reliable scooter. It's heavy. Does have a good battery though. It's pretty fast. I think I got it up to like 59 miles an hour, 58. But Vset, or not Vset, sorry. 011 is definitely good. We were talking about this earlier, actually. You should check out the Turbo Wheel Phaeton from eWheels. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's got 200 more watt hours on the battery, so roughly 10% more. And it comes with a steering damper. Plus, eWheels has like exceptional customer support. Not to say Rev Rides doesn't. They sell the 11X, but eWheels is just like a little bit better in my opinion. For repairs and things though, I would go to Rev Rides because they have like an actual on-site shop with techs that know what they're doing. Let's see. Heard anything back about the Weeped? You must have missed the first live stream. We talked about this, but I get a lot of questions about the Weeped. The Weeped burned up in a warehouse fire at eWheels. I sent it back to them because the controller died on the scooter, and they were going to try and fix it, but then a unicycle caught their whole warehouse on fire, and they lost millions of dollars in property. So I feel super bad for them, but no more Weeped. I wonder what it looks like, though. That was all CNC metal. So somewhere in that fire, there was just like a frame of a Weeped. Are you grabbing the Commander for review anytime soon? I would love to. Don't get me wrong, but no one has offered me one yet. So if you want to do me a favor, you can email like EVs or Alien Rides and tell them to send me one because they don't listen to me when I ask, but they listen to other people. You know what size suspension's on the Varla Eagle 1 Pro? I don't off the top of my head, but it looks like 150 millimeter eye to eye with a 1,500-pound spring. Don't hold me to that, though. I'll let you know for future videos when I take it apart, but right now I do not know. Like I was saying earlier, I just unboxed the thing, so. Why don't you get the Vset 10 after you give it back? I know you love it. Where will I put it? Where will I put a Vset 10 Plus? That's why. I have no room. I have a storage area outside too that's full of scooters. Not good. If my house catches on fire, it's going to be like a Chinese fireworks show. What happened to your Varla? Did they send you another one? I've got 3 now. I've got the Varla Pegasus, the Varla Eagle 1 Pro, and the Varla Eagle 1. They're all here. It's hard to see them though. I'm kind of in the way. But Varla's a good, nice, cheap brand. If you consider yourself like a handy guy or you're a mechanic or handy girl, and you've got no problem digging into your scooter and taking it apart, diagnosing and buying your own parts, then Varla is a great option. They're super cheap for what you get. But support is just like you'll email them, you'll get a reply back 3 days later asking for, hello, thank you, email. Can you send a video? And then you'll have to send them a video of what's wrong. And then they'll ask you for another one. And then they'll say, oh, maybe this is warranted. Did you write it this, and this? And there's a bunch of back and forth. And maybe they'll ship the part out on the slow boat and it'll get here out like a month later. But that's what you get with Varla. If you buy something like, a Vset or a Ninebot from Rev Rides, you'll have same day support and you'll likely get parts in the mail same day or next day. So that's the difference between Varla and other brands. Have I looked at the Touring E-Move yet? Can't say that I have. Can't say that I have. I run a CNC plasma cutter. Dennis, that's pretty freaking awesome. I would love to have something like that. I could just CNC my own parts. That's a lot of scooters, bro. I know. Tell me about it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think about 14 scooters and 3 unicycles. Excuse me. Can you tell me a bit about what suspension I should change on the Vset 10 Plus? So the Vset 10 Plus, you're going to want the EXA Form 291R shock, 165 millimeter with a 1,250 pound spring. It might be 165 or 150 millimeter. I don't remember. You'll look it up on the Facebook Vset group. It's either a 165 or 150, but the EXA Form 291R shock is what you want. Fully adjustable compression and rebound. You have multiple from each big name. What's your favorite maker of PEV if you had to choose one? Right now, the Vset 10 Plus is my favorite scooter, but I'm not necessarily sure that Vset is my favorite brand. Ooh, that's a tough choice, you guys. I honestly can't pick. I don't know. I don't know. Will you try the Vset 11 Super one day? I'll try and get around to it. I know they've got them hanging out at Alien Rides and Rev Rides, but they're really heavy. They don't want to ship me one. So if I end up down there, I'll do a video on one because I'm curious too. I raced the Vset 11 on my Wolf Warrior, and the Vset 11 won, but now they have the 11 Super 72 volt. So it's just going to smoke anything in existence, I imagine. You know what would be an interesting race to see? The Vset 11 Super plus the Nami Bernie. Those are like both really fast. I think the Nami would win though. Electric Scooter Academy. Thank you for stopping by. I'm only doing this because he suggested I do it. And the guy sits here and donates money. Man, you rock. I'll be doing like a live stream collab with him later in the summer. So make sure to subscribe to Electric Scooter Academy, you guys. He does really good like scooter videos. He does occasional reviews, but mostly food delivery on scooters. And if you need someone with experience, tons of miles on scooters, Yogi Steve at Electric Scooter Academy. I think he has more miles on scooters than anyone I know because he delivers on them all day, like tens of thousands of miles on various scooters. So definitely a great channel if you need to know what's going to break or how to fix it. I know he's got a good mechanic buddy, Ryan. Bro, can I get a free scooter? And broke his no. I said though, if I got 100 continuous live streamers in this chat, I will give away a scooter, and you're entered in the giveaway automatically by being in the chat. So if you share the chat around Facebook or with your friends, if we can get it up to 100 viewers, I will give away a scooter, and I'll even ship it to you. Anyway, any recommendations getting rid of the wobble? No. Loyote ES19. I can't say I've even ever heard of it. Sorry. I would say try, if you have front suspension, try tightening the star washer on the top of your front suspension and try and compress it a little bit. If you have the compression higher, the preload will be faster and the compression, it'll be harder to squish down. You'll get less travel, but it might not wobble. Other than that, just keep your weight towards your rear foot. Keep your rear foot towards the back of the scooter. The more weight you have towards the stem, towards your front foot, the easier it is to get steering wobbles or speed wobbles. Like the Vset, or not the Vset, the Dualtron scooters, they're really, like, the geometry, just for me, I'm too tall or something, but Andrew at the Jimmy Chang channel gets this too. They just wobble like crazy. The steering's really easy to steer. It's like really fluid and free. But when you're stopping, or I guess it's mostly when I'm stopping, I really have to lean all the way back on the scooter and push and slowly, ease on the brakes. But if you're just standing in normal stance and hit the brakes when you're going, the whole scooter will go. Not fun. Let's see. Love you two tag teaming. Enjoyed your presence in Steve's last time. Hey, thanks, Don. You've been a subscriber for a long time, if I remember. So thanks for stopping by. What are your thoughts on hamsters? Well, I had a guinea pig when I was a kid, but I'm allergic to the shavings. So I don't know. I think I'm allergic to them. I have cats too, so that wouldn't work out at all. Where are my cats, by the way? I'm surprised they're not jumping all over this thing. What scooter has the highest miles, and what's been the most reliable putting on such miles? The Wolf Warrior 11 Plus that I sold last summer had I think 6,000 or 8,000 miles on it, and I never replaced anything on it. When the Kaabo 11 Plus first came out, it was their first iteration. They used decent materials. They were really trying hard to make themselves a good name in the brand space, and that scooter was really reliable. But in the last year and a half or year or so, I've seen a lot of issues with Kaabo online, like mantises catching on fire, front forks breaking, bolts breaking off. I have an issue with the sine wave controllers on my GT. The puncture-proof tires are getting flats. I've seen guys with the bearings go out. Their new models aren't great. Like, they tinted the rear taillight so you can't see it. You break the rear bushings and rear suspension. I have upgraded suspension pieces for the Wolf right here because it's just like, Kaabo kind of went downhill. So in my experience, the 11 Plus was the best scooter. So if you can find like an OG 11 Plus Wolf for sale online used, pick that up. But when people ask me now, should I get a Nami or should I get the Wolf King GT? I always say Nami. People have it in their brains that these dual stem scooters are just like super rugged, really strong scooters. But I've never seen a Nami stem break. They're made of like carbon fiber, and they're held on by a fully stainless steel, I think it's CNC, big collar piece. And it's really easy to use. The Wolf is hard to fold, and then the folding mechanism can break and bend. Like on the GT Pro right now, the locking pin that holds the folding mechanism together is bent just a little bit. So I get this much play in my stem, and the only way to fix it is to take the whole freaking thing apart and either get a new pin that goes through there or try and bend it back to perfectly flat by myself. But if the scooter's locked in place and you rip on the bars hard enough, you can bend that pin and then you get play in your stem. It's like, okay, good thing I have double forks, but I still have play in my stem. So what's the point? It just adds so much more weight. And then you have to have the motorcycle style front suspension, which can leak oil. I prefer the swing arm style suspension with springs, because you can modify the spring. You can't modify that suspension. It is what it is. Sorry, I'm rambling. Let's get back to some questions here. Someone's trying to find a 125 millimeter M12 shock. Look on AliExpress. That's where I get all my shocks and stuff. You may need a heat gun for the screws on the split rim. That is true. Sorry, I missed if someone was asking about how to take apart a split rim. What does your girlfriend think of all your scooters and EUCs? I have the best girlfriend, you guys. She is the most tolerant human being on the face of the planet. I moved into this little townhouse apartment with her, and we were gonna, have a cute little house and everything. And then I just ruined it. Filled the whole thing full of motorized vehicles. Ruined the floor with skid marks. This is our dining room. I have like boxes of parts and supplies, and my editing studios back over there. And I basically occupy the downstairs now, and then share a bedroom with her. But she rides scooters. She's very tolerant of my stash back here. She doesn't mess with them or anything, and just kind of is okay with not having a dining room because she loves me so much. I'm lucky, I know. Anyway, Nami is king. Scoot the Harbor says Nami is king, and he is, probably not wrong. Nami is a sweet scooter. I didn't like the one I first tried. It was all sorts of broken, and they were having shipping issues with the Nami when it first came out. But the new Namis are pretty sweet. I got the chance to ride the Bernie Max 2 last weekend on the Saturday night ride. There's two guys up here that have that now, but I love that scooter. Accelerates super fast, really smooth, excellent suspension, very solid stem. I'm not a huge fan of the thumb throttle, but there are workarounds. Not every scooter is perfect, but it even has a headlight too, so that's cool, right? All right. Thanks for all the videos you've made. You're very welcome. Thanks for the thanks. I was considering buying the Kaabo Wolf Warrior X next month. What's the best electric scooter you'd recommend? Back to this. Vset 10 Plus. That's my go-to scooter. That's what I tell everyone to buy. I love that thing. Absolutely love the Vset 10 Plus. Purple Grapes, I'm sorry about your KFC. Nothing I can do about that except recommend you some Alibaba, some Pepto-Bismol, and a nice scooter ride. I know Alibaba scooters are frowned upon generally, but do you believe good scooters that aren't mainstream like Kaabo, Dualtron are available but just aren't well known? Generally, as a rule of thumb, no, absolutely not. Straight from the factory, Chinese manufacturers will go out of their way to replace bolts and parts and motors with something like $1 or $2 cheaper and sacrifice the quality of those scooters just so they can save like $1 or $2 from the factory. But when you buy a scooter from places like Rev Rides or Vora Motors or Alien Rides or eWheels or Fluid Free Ride, all these US based companies, they don't buy big batches of scooters unless they're sure that the Chinese manufacturers are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Like, are these bolts actually 10.9 stainless steel? Is this actually a CNC piece? Are these actually 1500 watt motors? Are they actually 4500 milliamp hour cells? And they verify that with samples, and then they'll order a batch of 200. If you order one off Alibaba, they'll just send you the cheapest one they can make. They'll replace all the cells with Chinese cells, all the screws with Chinesium screws, and then you'll get a scooter that'll break in a month. And I know a lot of people in the Seattle Saturday night ride that are super proud of their scooters. Hey man, look what I got for $1,500. It goes 55 miles an hour. And all I can think is like, great. I hope you got a full face. And then you don't see them after 2 or 3 months, or maybe you do see them like show up on like a Suron or something. But yeah, I can't recommend Alibaba scooters. I would have last year if you'd talked to me, but things have gotten bad. They're literally trying to save dollars and pennies by replacing parts with less quality parts. Have you tried the Dualtron City? I have not. That's the one with the big tires, right? Looks kind of weird to me, but Got my Vset with your link. Hey, thanks, Rob. That's awesome. You probably got some money off too. $50, I think. Oh my God, I can see you this time. Yeah, I can see. I can't see you too, but I can see your chat. How can anyone justify buying a high-end scooter that doesn't have self-healing tires? Well, because the self-healing tires don't work. I have a flat on my Kaabo Wolf King GT Pro right now with the self-healing tires, and I can't even find the hole. You'd think for something like that, it would have to like rip to get a hole in the tire, but nope. It's just a flat. I think I might do a video testing slime to see if slime works or to see if plugs work, but I'm not looking forward to taking the rear motor off my Kaabo, removing the tire, putting a new tire on, which I do have, by the way. Like, I don't know if you can see up there, that black thing. That's just a stack of tires. I have like 10 or 15 tires. I need to swap tires on a lot of my scooters. Darn, I bought 2 off Alibaba, the FLJ and Loyote. I would say just make sure, go through your whole scooter regularly with Loctite. Sometimes the bolts will break, so take them out, put them back in, use blue Loctite. Just be really religious about your maintenance if you bought a scooter off Alibaba. That's all I can say. Check for cracks in the frame regularly. Look for little hairline fractures. Things like that will develop into a concussion later. I hear the Dualtron Storm Limited has many problems. Yes, it does, or did. That feels so bad for people that bought that, the first gen. They came out with the Dualtron Storm, 72 volt, 60 mile an hour scooter. Then they came out with the Storm Limited, 2,000 watt motors. I think they advertised 70 miles an hour or something ridiculous. And it actually went slower than the regular Dualtron Storm. So Voro claims to have got the new motors in stock, but I have no idea. I don't know anyone that's tested that. Would you comment on the use of steering dampers? I personally don't need them. I have enough miles on scooters and experience that I can get rid of wobbles when I get them, and I generally don't get them. But this scooter back here, the Fedico Lightspeed Night, weighs 265 pounds, has 10,000 watts of power, and similar geometry to a Dualtron. And I do occasionally get a little bit of wobbling on that, or like vibrating at high speeds. All I can say is just put a little bit of pull on the handlebars and put most of your weight towards the back of the scooter on your rear foot, and you won't get wobbles. But for someone who doesn't really want to, ride in the super racer stance and you just want a nice solid scooter that doesn't have wobbles, get a damper. It affects your ability to make tight corners and stuff, but at high speed, if you're consistently traveling above 25 miles an hour, it's good peace of mind to have a damper on there. But they are expensive. The Öhlins damper that comes with the turbo wheel Phaeton is like $500 if you buy it by itself. But that is a really nice damper. Addison, thanks for the $2. You rock. Nanrobot D4 Plus 3.0 versus 10 Plus. Vset 10 Plus all day. Skip the Nanrobot. Check this out. It's an upgraded eMove Cruiser, same deck that goes faster and costs more. Okay, I don't see a link, but cool. Ultra has split rims. It's the way to go and the only way to wait. Yeah. Split rim scooters and motors are far superior to solid hub motors. They take such little effort to replace. The only downside is you have to have tubes in your tires. Some people don't like riding with tubes. I really don't care either way. I prefer split rim scooters, and usually you have to have tubes with that. So, get a scooter with tubes, fill it with slime, and you won't have issues. By the way, you guys, I've never had good experience with slime or tire sealants before. I've tried to use it like 3 or 4 times on my scooters, and it always just leaks out and makes a big mess. But last Saturday on the Seattle Saturday night ride, there was a girl riding a Vset 10 Plus that got a flat rear tire. I had some sealant and a tire pump in my backpack, and just for the heck of it, so she wouldn't have to Uber home, we tried to seal the tire with slime, and it worked. It was holding air, and she rode all the way back to the starting point. So it's definitely worth keeping something like any sort of tire sealant in your pack. The Armadillo stuff is pretty expensive. Slime is a little bit cheaper. I'm trying to make my own tire sealant right now. I'm going to call it ginger goo. Yeah, I've got some bottles of sealant here. I'm going to make a video where I test these and see if they work. And if they do work, I'm going to buy them in bulk and then sell them for cheap so we don't have to keep spending so much money on sealant. Self-healing tires are about as real as Wolverine is real. Facts. Facts. I have some people who preach about the self-healing tires. Like one guy on the ride, a Saturday night ride, claimed that he got a nail in his tire and then he pulled the nail out and magically was still holding air. Could be true. I don't know. There's a little piece of anecdotal evidence for you, though. I'm so far behind in the chat, you guys. I'm sorry. Hey, Ginger from GR just came in. Any opinion about the Loyote? I'm hearing a lot about that scooter. I started a Facebook group for that brand because eWheels might be selling them in the future. Rumor has it. But I have no opinion on them. I have never ridden or even seen one in person. So let me know if you get one. Dualtron X2 has the most range. Quite possibly, yeah. That is also borderline fact. This Fideco Lightspeed Knight has I think it's a 45 amp hour battery, but only gets like 30 or 35 miles of range at 25 miles per hour because it's so freaking heavy, 260 pounds. If you guys are looking for a decent entry level scooter and you just want something that won't break, I recently unboxed this. Where is it? Over there, the Highboy S2 Max. It's a Ninebot Max replica that has a 48 volt system in it. So it's kind of like the Ninebot Max with the 48 volt upgrade kit already built into it, and it's around the same price. So Highboy S2 Max is a pretty sweet scooter. My girlfriend likes it too. You're up to 80 in the chat. 20 more, and I'll do a giveaway for anyone that entered the chat today. But you have to have messaged in the chat because I won't know otherwise. I'll put everyone that messaged in a drawing. I'll do a drawing and I'll be in touch with the winner. I'll make a post in Facebook on like my community part of Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook, shoot. On YouTube, I'll make a post in the community of who the winner of the free scooter is if we can get 16 more people in here. And it's up to the winner to message me and DM me on Instagram at Ginger on Wheels and give me your info so I can ship you the scooter. That's how this is going to work. Anyway, Highboy Titan Pro showing an error 06 code. What should I do? Email Highboy. I don't know. Hello? Am I back? Do I have audio? No audio? Oh, we almost lost audio again, you guys. I need to figure out a new setup. This is janky. I can't even touch my microphone. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry. Back to the chat. Sealancing has a balancing effect, Rick. Only if you add a ton of it. Pneumatic tires are garbage as well. No. Solid tires are garbage. If you want any sort of grip at speeds, you need pneumatic tires. It's just a fact. I mean, in theory, if you had a solid rubber tire, it would do good. But all these tires on these scooters are actually nylon. And when you have a solid nylon tire, they do not stick well in wet or even moist or moss. Hi, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and watch you all the time, especially while doing repairs. I really need something that's extremely capable off-road, but good on road as well. Do you though? You're in Australia. Aren't scooters like heavily illegal there? There was someone in the chat earlier who said, hey, I'm in Australia and I got a $1,300 fine for riding my scooter. So pretty sure they're just very illegal there. In which case, I'm not comfortable giving advice on the scooter you should buy. So I'm not your guy. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so much chatting. I'm going to have to skip a whole bunch. Dagwood's here. That's awesome. Dagwood Streets is here. I love that guy. If you guys don't listen to the Electric Scooter podcast, you should, because it's really fun. I've been on there one time, and it's just, I usually play it on like 1.5 times speed because I like to play it while riding and, get as much info as I can. I like to listen to a whole episode in one ride, but he has all sorts of cool special guests and talks about scooters, and he's just a really fun guy. Listen to the Electric Scooter podcast if you don't already, with Dagwood Streets. Do you have a favorite e-bike? The Magicycle Cruiser looks cool to me, but I haven't seen one in person. There are so many brands of e-bikes out there that I don't feel like I would be giving an honest answer if I said I had a favorite, because I've only ridden and seen like maybe 10 different brands. But Surons are pretty sweet. Super fast, 60 volt, look like off-road motorcycles. Other than that, I think Hemingway looks nice. They make decent ones for cheap. Just chiming in the chat for the giveaway. Yes, Snake Man Mark, as you should. We do need 20 more people. I said I could do a giveaway if we got 100 people in the chat at once. Let's see. What do you think about Apollo scooters? Do you still ride your Ninebot Max? You know I don't. I haven't ridden it in a long time. How long has it been? It's been like a year since I popped on that thing. You know why though? The 12-volt external battery kit that turned my Ninebot Max into a 48-volt scooter. I actually repurposed that battery kit, and you can see it hanging on the stem of my Kaabo Wolf King right there, because I wired in a train horn on my scooter, and I needed an external battery. So I removed the battery off the Ninebot, so it's just kind of been sitting. But now I have a train horn on my Kaabo. Well, let's see if we can beep it. Oh God. Did you guys hear that? My neighbors hate me now, but there's a train horn on my Kaabo Wolf King, powered by an external battery. They need to send you a Hunter Quad for review. You know, that would be sweet. I've heard a lot about that scooter. It's built quite the name for itself. Allegedly has 4 motors built into 2 wheels. I have to take that apart if I get it. Are seated scooters legal in Washington? Yes, they are. No? Am I frozen? Can you guys see me? I think I might be frozen. Link to that horn. I got it at Harbor Freight for I got it for like $30 or something. And it's very Mickey Mouse on there. I had to make my own mount with some hardware pieces from Home Depot, and I don't know. I just had a few beers and had fun one day with that. Rigged up a horn. It's not practical. You can't. I mean, if you honk at someone with that horn, you're gonna give them an aneurysm. Now I can't hear anymore. Yeah, me either. Me what? I'm glad this is a chat live feed because I'm deaf now. Would you create your own group ride outside of the Seattle one? We have them all over the place all the time. We have East Side group rides. We have one down in Auburn this weekend. We do Beyond Saturday night rides, where that's actually an official group where we will take the ferry to Camino Island or Whidbey Island and ride around and do all sorts of fun long rides. So, yeah, we do lots of riding around here, especially this time of year. There's a ride literally every day that leaves from the Museum of History and Industry in downtown Seattle around 7:30 to 10 p.m., depending on the day. There's hundreds of riders around here, and we all love riding. Like this, it's a lifestyle. Yo, Ginger, I'm developing a scooter. Will you be interested in taking a look and discuss? Sure, absolutely. That's kind of like what I do. So bring it out. Addison, another $2. How compact is the Vset 10 Plus versus the Wolf King GT leagues? Not only is it more compact, I think you got about like 4 inches less width, but the Wolf King GT is actually like 6 feet long or like 5.5 feet long when you fold it, because the front tire is connected to the bars. So when you fold it, the whole front tire comes out as well, and the scooter gets longer than it is when it's unfolded. And not to mention it weighs like 100 pounds. So if you need any sort of portable aspect of anything, get the Vset 10 Plus, because if you get a Wolf King GT, you're not going to be able to do much with it besides like team lift it in and out of the bed of a pickup truck. Dennis, you need to do a group ride in Portland. I have. I did one with my girlfriend. I've been down there 3 times and done them, but I'm going down again. The Fire Sack is an official sponsor of West Wheel 5 down in Portland, and I'll be down there riding around. You guys should go to that. It's going to be scooter EUC and one-wheel rides and competitions and all sorts of fun stuff. It's called West Wheel 5. What scooter do you recommend? Mantis 8 Original or Vset 9 Plus? I'm going to go Vset 9 Plus. It's newer. Folding mechanism is better. And better support from Rev Rides than most other companies. And Rev Rides will give you $50 off if you use the Ginger 50 code. So, Alex, $5. You rock, dude. People are donating money to me. I love this. Is just like I feel so loved. You guys actually care. It feels sometimes like I'm streaming out into cyberspace and people might watch and click the like button and go away, but I didn't know there was actually like people that watched and cared about Ginger on Wheels. I recommend the Blue Trend Lightning and the new 2022 U-Booster GTS via Draggy app. 54 mile an hour on the Blue Trend and 30 on the GTS. I'm 148 pounds for reference. Pretty good, depending on the price point. The U-Boosters sounds pretty cool. What's your worst ever accident? Hey, Raina, what's my worst ever accident? What do you think? I've had a lot.
I think it was the knuckle shaving.
The knuckle shaving?
We had to go to the ER for that.
We had to go to the doctor months later. I didn't go to the ER, though.
Oh.
Didn't we go to the ER for one, though? So there's two that I remember very distinctly. One, I had just put off-road tires on my Wolf. I was ripping around in the rain, took a corner way too fast, and the whole scooter just went whoop. Scooter went this way, I went this way, and just slammed my whole everything into the ground. Sort of like browned out, ripped all my clothes up, broke a bunch of pieces on the Wolf, and I took a huge chunk of skin off my butt cheek. Hope I don't get demonetized for that. Off my derriere. And yeah, that was pretty traumatizing. The second one was on a unicycle. I cut out going probably close to 40 miles an hour. I was telling people about this earlier, but I had just bought a new full face helmet and just got a new unicycle. It was like a week or two old or something, but accelerating as fast as I could. And I was doing this, like turning on the unicycle with my hands out, kind of, you feeling the flow. I had my hand right here and the unicycle cut out, stopped working. I fell on my hand and the asphalt was just scraping across my front of my helmet and also shaved off all my knuckles. So I had gloves on with wrist protection, but they were fingerless gloves and they stopped right there. So I skidded across my whole hand and you can see I've got scars on my knuckles still, but you can see my tendons moving around in there. That was probably my worst. It got all infected too, and I had to go to the doctor months later, and the guy looked at me and was like, why didn't you go to the ER to get stitches on these? And it was because I didn't know I could, honestly. I didn't know you could stitch a gaping wound in a knuckle. Anyway, be careful on your scooters. You can see over here now, I have 3 full face helmets hanging on the wall. I've got elbow and knee pads back there. I've got wrist guards right there. I have a whole closet in my laundry room full of protective gear from lazy rolling and HWK, and I don't mess around with gear anymore. If you see me riding, I'm fully geared up because it's just so not worth it. I'm 30-something years old now, and when I crash, it hurts for weeks. I don't heal up as fast. It sucks, but yeah, wear a full face helmet no matter how fast you're going, period. 15 more people in here and we can do a scooter giveaway, you guys. Man, I wish we had rides like the ones you have out here. Start a Facebook group. Start your own ride. That's what I did with the Seattle Saturday night ride. I literally just suggested it, started the Facebook page, made a video about it, and invited everyone I knew anytime I saw anyone on anything electric. And now we have 100+ regular riders that come out every Saturday, and we just mob through Seattle and own the streets. It feels really cool being part of a group that big. Cops will just look at us as we drive by and they're like, oh God. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. They don't even stop. Anyway. Lindsay, the first upgrades I'd look at is the charging port covers from Rev Rides and the fast charger from... Oh yeah, Lindsay, you asked what upgrades you would do to the 10 Plus when you first got it. Handlebars, 720 millimeter wide handlebars. They make the scooter feel a lot more solid. The EXA Form 291R suspension in the front and back. It's adjustable rebound. Makes it really nice for off-road riding. what else can you get? You can upgrade the tires on that, and I really think you should, and maybe take the tires off and put tire liners and slime in the tubes, because flats are pretty frequent on the 10 plus. Also, make sure to keep your PSI above 45. The charge port covers, the little plastic screw-on ones, are a good idea. Since the charge ports are on the top of the Vset 10 plus deck, RevRides has like a little 3D printed cap that you can screw on there to keep the water out. The little plastic rubber ones that come with it kind of pop off if you ride hard enough. So yeah, really all you need, a couple of headlights, some new handlebars, and suspension is what I would get for the Vset, and the charge port covers. So that's a good suggestion too from Electron Sean. What do you think about the Varla Eagle One Pro? Ashcan, thanks for the donation. That's really kind of you. Varla Eagle One Pro. It's right here, actually. Well, that's the Pegasus. That's the Eagle One Pro. You can't really see it. Sorry. What do I think about it? Out of the box, I have pretty mixed feelings about it. Mine showed up damaged, and I don't even know how fast it goes or anything like that with me on it. I did notice it has a great headlight, so I'll give them that. Lots of scooters don't have good headlights. I think it's a little underpowered for the size tires it has, and the steering is really hard, kind of like it is on the Pegasus. So probably good at high speed, but not great for low speed. It honestly seems like a Varla Pegasus, but for like bigger people. Like if you're a 200 pounder and you want to ride around on a budget scooter, Varla Eagle One Pro is a good pick. Let's see. Bro, please, I have e-scooter with mechanical brakes and they're overheat really. How to fix it? Put the electronic brake on your scooter. That's all. Other than that, if you can do some searching around on Alibaba or AliExpress and try and find some ceramic brake pads. There's a few different types of brake pads, but ceramic pads have a lot of stopping power and they take a lot longer to heat up. You might need to upgrade your rotors though, because if you get brake pads that can get really hot and still have stopping power, then the rotor can actually warp because they're like really cheap metal, and so they'll bend. What tires should I choose? Hybrid or road tires? What's the difference? Range, speed? I made a video on that. It's called Road or Off-Road Tires. I went really in depth, so I highly recommend checking out on the YouTube channel that video. It's about 10-15 minutes long, but I went all the way into it. So all the answers to your questions are there. Someday scooters will be just like bicycles. The law just needs to adjust. A person plus a scooter is not more than a person with a bicycle. Just don't ride on the sidewalk. Laws are already there. Yeah, that's what it's like in Washington right now. We follow bike laws, and sometimes we don't follow any laws at all. What do you think of the Curus? How do you say that, by the way? Is it Curus or Surus? NF11. Never heard of it or seen it. So I've heard good things about the brand, but not specifically that scooter. What do you think about seats on scooters? Not a fan of seats personally. When you're on a bike, you're distributing the weight evenly between your butt and your pedals because you're pushing down on the pedals usually. And when you're on a scooter, all of your weight is on your butt. So you need a big, fat, comfy seat. And it kind of affects the maneuverability, I feel like, for me. I like to ride really fast, technical, speedy stuff. So I'm not a seated guy. I know lots of people who are, though. There are people who will literally weld seats onto their scooters. So personal preference. You do you. Incheon Park, you donated 10,000 won. If I'm not mistaken, that's $10 Korean. Awesome. Thanks. I hope Google can do the translation on that into US dollars. I put 750 millimeter King GT bars on my Storm, too wide for my bedroom doors, so I went back to stock. Yes, I found 720 millimeter bars are about as wide as you can get without sacrificing the ability to get your scooter in and out of door frames. Like if you want to take it in the store or in and out of your house, if you don't have a garage like me, 720 millimeter bars, that's already pushing it, but it does feel so much better to ride around on wider bars. Especially for me, I've got broad shoulders, so it's nice to have your arms like this instead of like that, you know? The electronic brakes on my Ultra 2 failed, just like your Storm ones. Did you ever find out what caused it? Overheating the controllers. I was going too fast. I had the EBS setting on way too high. I'm a heavy guy. Overheated there's either like a function or a fuse or a capacitor inside the controller that blows when too much current gets sent back through it, or like there's an actual problem with the controller and I have to replace the whole thing. But I don't think it's the motors for what it's worth. You could try turning it off, unscrewing the deck and unplugging the battery. Unplug the battery from the controllers, then go up to your display and try and turn the display on, drain all the power out of your controllers. The display will turn on for a second and then dim out to nothing. It'll use up the power in the capacitors of the controllers. And then plug the battery back in, and you might have regen braking again. That's what I would recommend. And then put the deck on, obviously. Have you considered that you could be the reason for someone switching to riding electric vehicles, which is helping the fight against carbon production? That's the goal. Everyone should ride EVs. I have a Prius and a big van, conversion van, and I hardly drive anymore. I can't even remember last time I bought gas. But I ride my scooters and unicycles everywhere. And I live in Seattle, one of the rainiest areas around. So what's your excuse? And there's this argument from lots of people that they say, oh, you think you're doing good for the environment by switching to an electric vehicle, but the batteries they take so much more carbon footprint to use and get rid of than they would have if you used gasoline powered cars. And that has been debunked so many times. So sick of hearing that. It's not true. It's simply not true. You can recycle lithium batteries. They actually have a process now where you can like replenish or refresh the ionized solenoid inside the battery, and you can reuse them. So at this point, what's the argument? Like, harvesting lithium is bad. Most of it comes from Australia, and we will run out eventually. No doubt, we run out of most things. But as far as production of electric cars versus gas cars, like, or electric vehicles in general, electric is always cleaner. You lose 70% of the energy of gasoline just by burning it in an internal combustion engine, and it turns into heat. So like, it's already just enormously wasteful just when you use it, not to mention the amount of energy it takes to get out of the ground, to get onto a truck, to drive to a pump, to power the pump. It's just, electric is better, period. We will be switching to electric soon. You just wait. Especially with the prices of gas where they are. Tim Priestley, a $10 donation. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you, sir. I hope I said your last name wrong. Priestley? Either way. You rock. I'm guessing Australia. Here we go. I'm so far behind in the chat, you guys. Apologies. I'm working hard here. Where can I get 135 millimeter hydraulic front suspension for my 010X? You can't, actually. The Varla Eagle 1 with the red bars back there is the exact same scooter. It's just rebranded. I looked far and wide for front suspension for that thing and never did find any. So I'm rocking the stock. But I did upgrade the rear suspension. That's 150 mil. Quick question. When you rode the V11, does it beep 3 times when you hard brake? No. Mine didn't. If it's beeping when you're braking, though, chances are that's an over voltage warning. If your battery's near full and you brake, unicycles use regenerative braking, regenerative charging to brake. So if your battery is near full and you're going down a big hill, it's going to be sending power back into the battery, and you can overvolt the wheel, and it'll get a big fat tilt back, or you'll get beeps, and you can actually damage the battery doing that. So that might be what's happening. That's my guess anyway. Are the solid tires on U-Scooter GT made from nylon? Yes. Is traction poor on wet roads with the scooter? Yes. Any scooter with solid tires has poor traction if it's wet. That's a good rule of thumb from me. Not to mention, they're not squishy. It makes the ride a lot harder. Like the Varla Pegasus over here, it has some pretty... Where is that scooter? Over here. It's got pretty decent solid tires, but the vibration that translates through the bars is... ugh. It's not worth it for me. They're also 8-inch solid tires, though. So I would go for pneumatic air-filled tires every time if you can help it. I understand, though, that some scooters only come with solid tires. Usually they're lower speed scooters where it won't matter as much, but wear a full face helmet. Be careful around corners, especially if it's wet, and I think you'll be fine. Also, don't skid if you had solid tires. I know it's really fun to like skid your rear tire and scoot around corners and things, but if you have solid tires, you can skid a flat spot into the bottom, and then every time the tire rotates, it'll go thump, 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 thump. And then where are you? You know, you have to buy new tires. Let's see. I got the 400-watt Yolani from Walmart. It looks like the Evercross or eMove, and just safety latch just broke on me before leaving work. What would you do? I would return it to Walmart. That's what I would do, and I would buy a real scooter. Sorry, shots fired. But any scooter coming from Walmart, I would expect it to break quickly. What do you think of the Ninebot Max? Do you have the Max battery? I like the Ninebot Max. It's a very solid scooter. It's borderline waterproof, pretty quick. Could use a better charger, but it's like one of the most reliable scooters I think out there, period. I do have the Max battery kit, but like I was telling people earlier, I have it on my Wolf King GT Pro here, or GT, so I can power an air horn with my battery now. I haven't ridden the Max in a long time, but I still know it's a solid scooter. And we were talking about this earlier. The Highboy S2 Max over here just came out. It's on their website, and they're having a sale right now, I think, but don't take my word for it on that. They came out with this Highboy S2 Max, and it's a 48-volt version of a Ninebot Max clone. So it's like you bought a Ninebot Max, then bought the 48-volt battery kit, and then we're riding that scooter around. The S2 Max has less torque because it's programmed into the firmware that way, but it's a little more powerful up hills, and the top speed's a little higher. And I think it's a little cheaper than the Max too, or the Ninebot Max anyway. Did scooters kill the hoverboard fad? No, hoverboards killed the hoverboard fad. They caught on fire. The US regulation caught up, and now they have to have all sorts of expensive electronics in there. Plus, let's get real, like electronic devices have come a long way since then. We've got like electronic shoes with wheels on them, electronic roller skates, skateboards, unicycles, scooters. There's just the electronic hoverboard thingies, I think, are mostly used by like kids under 10 years old indoors mostly. So, yeah. You're nice and young. No need to rest on a seat. That's a good point. I like to stay in shape too. And riding scooters off road, all crouched down and doing this all the time, that's actually, I break a sweat every time, even if it's cold. It's hard work. Oh my God, just one more user and we can do a scooter giveaway, you guys. Anyone who has commented in the live chat, if we can break 100 in the live stream right here, anyone who has commented in the live chat is eligible to win a free scooter. I'm giving away a scooter, and I'll even pay to ship it to you. I'm going to post the name of the winner on the YouTube community section of my channel, and then it's up to the winner to see their name and then message me at Ginger on Wheels on Instagram. Give me all your personal infos, and then I will mail you the scooter. In the US only. I should have disclaimered that from the get-go. You have to be in the continental US. Sorry. I can't afford to pay $1,000 to ship you a scooter. I can't even afford to ship you a scooter. I'm going to be using the profits from this live chat to ship the scooter to the winner, most likely. Someone says EUCs are hoverboards, basically, but capable. I would agree with that. Like, your feet are in the exact same position, even. EUCs are just far superior. I have a turbo wheel Phaeton. What do you think? How it matches up to other scooters? We were just talking about that scooter earlier. I love that scooter. It's got the 2,500 watt hour battery. It's got the Öhlins steering damper, which is worth like $500 if you buy it on its own. It's got the updated rear or front suspension swing arm. So it goes fast too. You can charge it fast. I love that scooter. Turbo wheel Phaeton is up there in like my top 5, I think. You know, a scooter that a lot of people are sleeping on though is the Bronco 11 Extreme from eWheels. That just came out like last year or so, and they've been refining and tuning it, and it is a beast now. That thing is a force to be reckoned with, like right up there with the Nami. I'm not sure if I'm overpowering it or if it can't handle hard braking. I went about 207 pounds. Hard brake at 25. It does 3 beeps, and I'm scared it might cut out. Check your voltage. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is that you have a speed alarm set on your wheel. So go to EUC World app on your Android phone or Darkness Bot. I think it's on Apple. And check to make sure you don't have any speed alarms set on your wheel. Make sure they're all turned off. And then make sure that you're not near full voltage. Because if you're going downhill at 25 miles an hour and you weigh 200 pounds, you're sending a lot of current back into that battery. And it could just be letting you know, hey, warning, you're going to overvolt the battery pretty soon. 100 viewers. There it is right there. Boom. Free scooter for anybody that comments in the live chat. You're all entered, eligible to win a giveaway of a free scooter now. Bam. Thanks, everybody. My first live stream was a success, even though this is the third attempt at the first one. Make sure you comment in the live chat. There you go. Boom. All this interest. You guys did it. Thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. Ship it to me and I'll pay the shipping. You know, Dennis, I'll take you up on that if you win. Your name's already in the drawing. I'm going to have to go through and make sure that I meticulously enter everyone into the drawing here. Anyone have any questions? Varla Eagle 1 Pro versus 10 Plus, better value? Varla Eagle 1, oh, not the Pro. I would go with the 10 Plus. It's a better value, not in that it's cheaper. It's more expensive, but it won't break. If it does break, the only thing that's going to happen to it is flat tires. And it's more heavily modifiable, and you get much better customer support than if you buy a Varla. Varla has support, but it's like two broken English guys who just don't have any incentive to send you parts that are running the support team versus the Vset 10 Plus from Alien Rides or Rev Rides. You get like same day email replies, same day support. You might even get parts mailed to you same day. So much better support there. Not to mention the scooter is just way better, the quality. Can you put the Ryan curve on the GT Pro? You could probably wire it onto there. The Ryan curve throttle is like $200 though, so that would be a heck of an upgrade. But in theory, I think you could because it has the sine wave controllers. If you're rocking the mini motors setup on the regular Kaabo Wolf King or the Kaabo 11 Plus, I don't think you'd be able to get the Ryan on there. Let's see. Are you going to be doing any more 10 plus content? As in like a Vset 10 plus? Because no, I don't have one. Have you heard if Begode will be making a 6P 3600 watt hour master? I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors about this master. The 134 volt, or no, was it 100 volt? I don't know. But if I'm going to get a 3600 watt hour wheel, I think I'd go with the EX20S. I'm just going based off what Wrongway said. I visited Wrongway last October in Poland, and we had a great time. And I know he's an honest guy through and through. And he says he loves the EX2S. And he compared it to the Cadillac of EUCs. So I think if I'm going to get any new unicycle, it'll be that one. Who won? We won't know until the stream's over. I'm going to have to spend a couple hours going through and make sure that everyone that's commented in the chat is entered in the giveaway. And then, like I said, I'll post the winner's name in the community area of the YouTube channel. If you see your name posted on this YouTube channel in the next week or so, message me at Ginger on Wheels on Instagram. And if you don't win, you should still add me on Instagram. I post cool pictures. And message me your details on Instagram. Make sure to comment on the YouTube post too, because it might get sent to my Instagram spam folder. But then I will send you a scooter because we got 100 viewers at one time. And I promised if that happened, I didn't think it would, that I would send out a free scooter. So here we are. What a predicament. I can't promise the scooter I'm going to give away is going to be like worth thousands of dollars. It'll probably be worth like 1,000 or 1,500. But like, what else do you want? It's a free scooter, guys. Come on. $2 to help ship the new Walmart scooter. Walmart scooter? I'm not buying a Walmart scooter. You wouldn't catch me dead buying a scooter in Walmart. If you did, it would be for parts. I'd probably take it apart for the battery cells and then blow them up. The shipper DHX can ship to Guam. They have an office in Kent. Yeah, there's lots of places that can ship to Guam, but the money becomes an issue. That's going to be like $500. Scooters are heavy and big. Usually have to pay for oversize. $5 from Johnny Blaze. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much. What would you buy between the Nami and the Wolf King Pro? Nami. Nami all day. Much better form factor, better suspension, faster off the line. Just better quality. It's even got a carbon fiber stem. Can't really support Kaabo as much now as I used to because they're lacking, you guys. Like they've been recycling this Wolf Warrior frame for 3.5 years now, making no real legitimate changes to the components. They've got taller bars on there now, and they have bigger motor and battery and sine wave controllers, but things like the grips, the brakes, the bolts that hold everything together, the folding latch, the rear suspension, all that has not been changed in 3.5 years, and it wasn't that great to start with. So we're starting to see scooters like the 11 Plus pop out, the Fideco Lightspeed Knight behind me here. There's a turbo wheel Meteor over here, right there. That scooter is not even out yet, and it's better than the Wolf King, I think. But yeah, I can't support Kaabo as much as I used to. I have springs on the table here because I just had to replace the rear springs on my Wolf because everything just breaks on that scooter. It has a flat tire right now because of the puncture-proof tires. Self-healing tires got a flat, so come on. Nami, all day. Send a $300 Amazon scooter. Gillian Dolly. No, I wouldn't send someone a scooter that's going to break like that. I think in all reality, I'm going to be sending out the, what is it called? I forget what the scooter's called. There's a company from Amazon that sent me 2 scooters to review. They're worth like $1,000. And I broke the absolute living body off of one of them. And then the other one I didn't even open up. So it's just sitting unopened. But one of my lucky viewers today is going to get that scooter in the mail. But you have to comment in the chat and keep your eyes peeled on the community tab of Facebook or of YouTube. Who else got into electric scooters because of him? Yeah, who else did? I've had a lot of people say so far today that they got into it because of me. What's your opinion on the Phantom? Phantom? Apollo Phantom? No opinion. I don't do Apollo. They've never sent me a scooter. I've never seen one in person. I've never heard good things. Heard a lot of bad things, but no opinion on the Phantom. But it's a good frame. I assume you're talking about the Wolf King. SMLTWNZER. Smoltsuzer. It's a good frame. Yeah, if you don't count the front forks cracking and breaking off, it's a good frame. Also, the folding latch is pretty easy to bend if you're a bigger guy off-road. Do you think the Varla Pegasus is the best solid tire scooter, or is there something better? If there is a better one, I don't know of it. The Varla Pegasus is the only scooter I would consider buying with solid tires. I think that the Highboy S2 Pro had solid tires, if I remember. And I would buy that if I didn't need something fast. But the Pegasus goes like 28 miles an hour, decent range. It has suspension, and it's like around $1,000. Pretty good deal. What do you think of the new line of Apollo scooters? Lots of people asking about Apollo. Maybe I should contact them. I'm in no communication with Apollo. Never seen one. Never ridden one in person. I've heard a lot of bad things online about them, and it's pretty rare you see someone posting, "Hey, I just got my Apollo and I love it. FYI, everything's gone great with my Apollo." I see that a lot with Namis, but I don't see that with Apollo. I see people saying, "Hey, I can't get Apollo to reply to my email. How do I fix this?" So much chatting. I don't know if I can keep up. I'm running out of juice in my mouth. It's Dono Dog Squad. Dono Dog Squad. You might win. You did comment in the chat, so it's up to fate now whether or not I can ship you a scooter. But single stem is not as stable as dual stem. Wrong. I don't find that to be true. It looks like it would be, but in my experience, it's not. It's just as stable. Like if dual stem scooters were more stable than single stem scooters, I don't think they would make steering dampers for dual stem scooters. But we still do have those. And I already bent the bars on, well, first of all, I actually bent the both steering bars on the Wolf 11 Plus. And then we broke the folding latch, which is connected to the bars on the GT Pro. So more stable. I don't know. Better quality. I don't know. It would be sick if you made more videos of you riding with fans. It would be, wouldn't it? That's what the Feedico video coming out next week is. I took this giant scooter to the Seattle Saturday night ride last week, and I let a bunch of scooter enthusiasts ride it around the parking lot, and we kind of got their first impressions of it. First impression is that everyone loved it, but it just feels like you're riding a boat. Like it's huge. The suspension moves really slowly. You can't peel out the tires. It does go fast and pulls hard, but it's just a big, heavy boat of a scooter. But we were riding all around on that. So subscribe to the channel. Make sure you catch the Feedico unveiling. I'm trying really hard to edit that into like a really epic looking video. And we're going to get not only my opinion on it, but other riders as well. So that'll be a fun video to watch. Blade X Pro 60 volt are good. I don't know. Never ridden one. Sorry, Ernesto. Mountain bike Liam. What should I get that's in the price range of the Ninebot Max? What's wrong with the Ninebot Max? That's a good scooter right there. But if you're looking for something else, the Highboy S2 Max that just came out is an option. But crap portability. I assume you're talking about the dual stem or Wolf scooters, about the portability. Yeah, definitely bad portability. They're so heavy, so hard to fold. Love my GT. Sorry, bud, for your mishaps. Yep, I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying I broke mine easier than I've broken other scooters. Lots of people love their GTs, though. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely up there as far as scooters go. I need a seat for a 10 plus. Well, then I think you should buy a seat for a 10 plus. I've seen people weld seats onto their 10 pluses. Check the Vset Facebook forum. There's lots of people that put seats on their Vsets. Bought puncture-proof tires for my Wolf Warrior 11 Plus. I hope I don't have that problem. I hope you don't too. I don't even know what I ran over with my puncture proofs. I got to the destination and realized I'd been riding on a flat for 2 miles. Oops. What's your favorite scooter? My favorite scooter is the Vset 10 Plus. Preferably the 28 amp hour 10 Plus R. More range. Apollo Phantom's garbage. The frame on the neck broke on mine's. Well, there you go. More anecdotal evidence from Apollo owners that they may not be super high quality. But like I said, I've never seen one in person, never ridden one, but I rarely see people that love those scooters. I know your favorite scooter is the 2021 Vset 10 Plus. What's your favorite scooter for 2022? Around the same price range. Love your channel. Thanks, bro. I'm going to go Vset 10 Plus again. Honestly, I haven't seen anything better come out. Haven't ridden anything better. That scooter is really rigid, solid, portable. It's got a turbo button. You can go 45 miles an hour on it. It's got the dual single motor. It's got a really easy to use folding mechanism. It's got really smooth acceleration programmed into the throttle. It's got all sorts of customizable functions and features. Plus, it's cheap. It's like $2,000. Vset 10 Plus is just like creme de la creme for, I imagine, for the next couple of years. It's going to be pretty hard to beat that. Unless I see something similar to a Vset 10 Plus, but with big, bright headlights on it, that scooter is going to remain my favorite for a long time, I think. Oh, I'm getting tired, you guys. I might have to log on soon. I don't know how Yogi Steve does this for so long. Just sold a Highboy S2 Pro to a friend. Built like a tank, 19 miles an hour and 500 watt was just too weak for me. Yep. Not the best for adults, but you're definitely right. The S2 Highboys are built like a tank generally. Let's see here. Any questions that haven't been asked yet? As far as accessories, can you recommend a blinker or light kit? We were talking about this earlier, actually. There are lots of bicycle headlights that'll mount to your handlebars. There are like motorcycle style headlights you can buy, wait for a month to get them, and then hardwire them into your scooter if you can find a mount for them and if you know how to hardwire things. But I didn't find anything that I liked enough to use consistently and keep me from buying other flashlights. So I have a whole pile of flashlights that I use for my scooters. But I found that either A, they always shine in people's eyeballs, B, they have really terrible battery life, or C, they're just not bright enough, or they don't last a very long time when they're bright. So I've been working with a manufacturer making my own scooter flashlight. I'm going to be selling these soon. It's called the Firelight. It's got 8 XPG2 LEDs, 10,000 milliamp hour battery. It's got USB-C charging ports in the bottom here so you can charge your phone from the light. It's got a little slide-in mount here so you can clip it to your handlebars. And it's bright AF. I'm going to do this to you. It gets brighter. It even gets brighter. It's just like, ow. I just fried my retinas out. I think it's like 2,400 lumens. And it'll last for an hour and a half on that setting. It'll last for, 27 hours on the 100 lumen setting. 500 is a good setting, and it'll last for almost 4 hours on that setting. But I'll be selling these soon, probably on the Firesack website. But this is going to be my go-to because I just couldn't find a light that I liked, so I made my own. I've been working with the manufacturer to get biggest cells possible in here, 21700s. We made this aluminum casing thicker for heat dissipation. There's a bit of an overhang on the front so that it doesn't shine as much into people's eyes. But I am going to make a 3D clip-on piece that goes here, and it'll be like a little top cover so that it'll actually cut the light off at the top and shine only on the ground. Yeah, they're waterproof-ish. I submerged them, and they still work, but I wouldn't recommend it just because I don't want to have to ship you a new one. But like I said, I'll be selling these. Boom, that's going to be the best scooter headlight. Other than that, I just recommend buying a bicycle handlebar light. I'm hoping for the best. Nightcore is a company that makes comparable handlebar headlights around the same price as these. And actually, they're probably like 30% more. They're over $100 for the good ones. But that's the only other flashlight that I think I can recommend. What electric pump do you recognize or do you recommend these days? I got the one you recommended a while back, but it had charging issues. Huh, that's not good. What do I use these days? There's one, I think the brand is called Cycle Plus. Let me go find it. Give me a couple seconds. I'll find the tire pump I use. Bam, that was fast. Yeah, it is called Cycle Plus. I like this thing. It's got this thing has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in it. You just screw this onto your tire and then push the button and it'll pump your tires up for you. It's also got USB-C charging on here. So it's a pretty nice little pump. Hasn't failed on me yet anyways. It's pretty lightweight. I bring it with me in my backpack on all scooter rides. But good little pump there. Cycle Plus, again, what it's called. Ginger, that light looks nice. Right on, man. I'll check it out. Cool, thanks. I'll make sure I'll either make a video on it or some posts on it when it's done. It's still in production right now. They're not actually for sale yet, so I'm still fine-tuning a bunch of things. Like, I got to decide how much current I want to push to each of the 8 LEDs because it's all about managing heat versus light output. And also I want to get the biggest batteries possible in there. I'm getting hungry, you guys, getting thirsty. I'm gonna log out. I'm 6:30. I think I'm gonna be done. So if you got a question, ask it now. We did have 100 viewers in the live chat earlier, and I promised if we broke 100, I'd give away a scooter. So if you comment in the live chat, there's a possibility you'll see me post your name in the community tab of Facebook or of YouTube. And if you see your name, DM me on Instagram and send me your details. Make sure to like spam me because it might go to my spam folder. Comment on the YouTube post or something and send me your personal details and I will ship you a free scooter as a thanks for stopping by my first live chat. This is fun, little live streams. I ordered a pair of sunglasses with speakers built into them. That's new for me. Also, a pair of retro 80s style headphones, runner style Bluetooth headphones coming, but will allow lots of sound in. Let me show you something cool. So 2 things. I want to show you the Bluetooth speaker that I ride with. This is called the Tribit Storm Box Micro. And it's got a little strap here. You can strap this onto the straps of your backpack or over your scooter headlights. And it's like a really compact and super loud bass filled. Oops. We didn't lose audio, did we? It's a nice little portable speaker. And it'll last a long time, like 5-6 hours. So that's the noise it makes when you turn it on. Also, another cool speaker thingy I found. I bought this last Black Friday. This is called a Domio. And it's a Bluetooth speaker that connects to your helmet. It slides in on the mount that comes with your helmet. And this little membrane back here is actually a speaker. And it'll vibrate your helmet to the music. And so it sounds like you have a speaker kind of around your head. It doesn't work very well at high speed, but if you're just on a nice little cruise and you don't feel like bugging anyone on the trail, or if it's like a really busy area you're riding in and you just don't want to be that guy, this is a cool option. It's called the Domio again. Yeah, it like vibrates your helmet to the Bluetooth music. It's pretty cool. But a lot of times I ride electric unicycles and they're really quiet, and I like to let people know I'm coming up behind them without having to say on your left every time. So I'll just play music. Yeah, it bugs some people, and I understand that. I used to not like it when I first started, but I got so sick of saying on your left, on your left, on your left, that I just let the speaker do it for me now. Let's see here. Are you excited for the Vset 12 with dual 100 amp sine wave controller with a 10-inch display built-in microwave for mobile food consumption? Okay, good one, good one. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Cook a hot pocket on the go. If you could zombie together parts from scooters you know of to create your ideal scooter, what would they be? That's a good question. That's fun. I would go with the 720 millimeter red handlebars over there from the Varla Eagle 1. I would go with the Nami carbon fiber stem pole and locking mechanism. I would go with also the Nami suspension and tires. That's just a really good design there. I would go with the lights set up from the Fetico. You can't really tell, but all this white stuff along the Fetico, that's all LEDs. So I'd make sure my scooter had cool LEDs lined up. I would use the headlights from the Kaabo Wolf lineup, the 2 big bright LEDs, and probably some PMT tires on there. I would use the deck from the Dualtron Storm because it's really big and wide. And I would use the battery from the Fetico because it's 72 volt, 40 amp hour. That would be my ideal scooter, I think. But if we could somehow like shrink it down 10 or 20% so it's not exactly as big as all those parts, I think it'd be better. Because I'm not a huge fan of giant scooters anymore. What modes will the lights have? I assume you're talking about these lights. They have a strobe function. They have an SOS function. And they have low, medium, and high. And high is like, hi, I don't need retinas anymore. So that's what that will be. It's a 100, 500, and 2000 lumen setting. I am going to work with the manufacturer, though. If I buy 3,000 pieces at once, then they can program in a 1,000 lumen setting for me. I think that'd be, I don't know. I'd like to try it. I don't know if it'd be any better, but that'd be cool. 7 more minutes and I'm logging out, you guys. Let's see here. What other questions do we have? Ginger going to break out his tri-bit. Yeah, I did that. I saw someone ask, I can't find the question now. It sounded like, there it is. ESG complained about the VS 10 Plus ride quality. You comment on that? Are you talking about the Vset 10 Plus? The only issue with the ride quality on that scooter is the front suspension. The rebound is too fast and it chatters if you're going fast enough. So if you replace the front spring on that thing, it has the best ride quality of any scooter. I don't know. ESG must have had a pretty low commission payout on that scooter. Shots fired. All right, I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the chat here. I'm sorry if I scroll through your question or anything. What do we got? Just want to say thanks for replying to so many of my messages. You're doing awesome getting to everyone. Thanks. I'm trying my best here. It's my first time. What are PMT tires, you say? They are actual rubber tires that are really high quality, and they're really hard to get on, but everyone swears up and down by those tires. So it's worth, you'll probably find the right size on a Facebook group if you already own a scooter that you want PMT tires for. But if you can find a way to get them on, I've heard that they ride really nice, and you don't have to balance them. You don't have to seat them, and they last a really long time. Thanks for the live stream. Love the channel. Have a great evening. Thanks, Deacon. See you later. Got 5 more minutes here. I'm a big girl, 6 foot and not lightweight. Hard to find a scooter to hold me. Like what? What's the best one? That's a good question, actually. I'm going to go with the Vset 10 Plus still, but I'm going to recommend that you upgrade to the EXA Form shocks, the 291R, and I'll recommend that you get 2,000-pound coil springs. They come with 1,000 pound. A lot of people will upgrade to 1,250 or 1,500, but I have the 1,500s, or I had the 1,500s, and the 2,000s would probably suit you well, though, and you'd probably have a nice time on that scooter. We've got old geezers in our group with big fat beer bellies, and they just are big guys, and lots of them will ride the 10 Plus. I see some guys on the Wolf King GT Pro, like, it depends what you want. If you want a big, really solid, heavy scooter, the Kaabo might be a good choice, or even the Varla Eagle 1 Pro. That's got pretty stiff suspension too. You could do a Dualtron scooter, and you could upgrade the suspension cartridges to the hard cartridges, but you might need someone to do that for you. It's kind of technical. Oh my God, I'll never remember that. If you watch my Vset 10 Plus video, I talk all about that spring, and I show how to, like, what it looks like and everything. So if you want to remember what it is, I do mention the EXA Form 291R with 2,000-pound springs in my Vset 10 Plus video, where I proclaim that the Vset 10 Plus is my favorite scooter, because it is. I wish they did the scooting gatherings they did in the Gingers area. Will you be making any more group scooting vids? I could, if you guys want. There's also a new YouTuber I met. I was with him the night he started his channel. It's called Still Rolling Electric, and he has a lot of videos of the Seattle Saturday Night Ride that he edits, and they're pretty fun to watch. But for me, I've done a video on it, and it's the same ride every time. Like, we go do the same route. It looks the same. It'd be kind of fun, I thought, to do a visit to the Seattle Saturday Night Ride and then just interview riders one by one and ask them, like, what got them into vehicles, what they ride, and all that. And you guys could get, like, an idea of what the people are like around here that ride. But yeah, I might do another video on the SNR if it gets big enough this summer. Why do people with bad breath always want to tell secrets? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Why do teachers always have bad breath? Coffee breath. Let's see. And for the guy, Mark Menethil, if you're looking for some scooter gathering where you can do big scooter rides with other electric scooter or vehicle enthusiasts, make a Facebook group about it and then just post it everywhere. Post it in all the forums and everything, and a word will spread just like it did here. And I'm sure there's a lot more riders in your area than you think, and they'll all come out of the woodwork. It's pretty cool. Dad bod here. You're saying you got a dad bod? Yeah, I got one going too. I'm getting a little chubby. I went from 190 pounds last year to 225 pounds this year. Thanks, COVID. I also went on 2 cruises and just ate all the food. Sorry I'm late. What's your favorite scooter under 4,200 for trail and road, long range? Nami Bernie. Easy question. Nami Bernie. That would be my choice. Are you excited about the eMove Roadster? I think it's a pretty fun little gadget. I rode around a couple of them on the Saturday night ride. I don't like the front suspension at all, but it's a fun little bike to ride around on. Good value too. Alrighty, man. Take care. I got to head to work. Yep. I got to head out soon too. Is Firestack in stock? I got the medium, large, and e-bikes coming in, I think, 3 weeks. The mediums might be a week behind, but I do have the larges and the mediums in stock, and the pre-orders are almost sold out on those again. So if you want a medium or a large or an e-bike or an e-skate size, pre-order it now, and you're gonna have to wait like a month, maybe a little longer, month and a week. But I'll ship that to you now once I get it. But I only have I have 150 coming, and I have 130 something pre-orders. So there might just be out of stock as soon as I get them again. That's what happened the first 2 times. Infinite Zest. I'm 235 pounds. Yep, I feel ya. It's a rough life. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna go. 6:30 now. So Nami over King GT Pro for the last time. Yes, that's my recommendation for now. Until I see some serious upgrades on Kaabo's part, I'm a Nami fanboy. Vset 10 Plus though, if you're looking for something portable that is competitive. All right, you guys, it's been fun. I'm glad I had my successful live stream here. We did break 100 viewers at one point. So everyone that commented in the chat is eligible to win a free scooter. I will comment, or I will make a post in the Facebook community. I keep saying Facebook. In the YouTube community section of this channel, I will post someone's name, their username. And if I post your username, DM me on Instagram and comment on the YouTube post that says, hey, I DM'd you on Instagram. And let me know your name and address, and I will ship you a free electric scooter. I promised I'd do it. I didn't think we'd break 100 viewers at one time, but we did. So I owe someone a scooter now. Anyway, you guys, thanks again. I'll make sure to do live streams more often. This was pretty fun. So thanks again for everyone stopping by. See ya.